Hi, Ryan, Bobby, and Tony. I love boys who play with action figures and collect toys.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome, everybody, to the 3POA podcast, episode 60. That's right, 60. Only 9 episodes until the big one, huh? I am your host, LaserPants, also known as Ryan. I am joined, as always, by the CEO of Valaverse and the man behind Action Force, the one, Bobby Vala. Bobby Vala. What's up, man? The battery came out of my mouse.
I was like, just leave me hanging in my own green room. Okay.
What's going on?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you doing?
The camera, everything looks better.
Well, guys, I asked Ryan, I said, hey, you know what? Tell me what camera you use. Tell me what mic you use, because I want to get the same ones so that we can match. And it's nice. I feel like a real podcaster. You know, like Joe Rogan's always moving his mic around and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh,
moving up.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. It's not quite the Joe Rogan. The Joe Rogan is like another $150 over this one. But
probably he's probably got like a $2,000 mic.
No, it's like $500, or it's
really?
it's like a $400 mic. But okay. I went through 3 Blue Yeti mics. They kept breaking on me, cheap pieces of crap. So I finally just spent a little bit on this one here. So anyway, how's your week been, man?
Good. New employees working out great, so it's freeing up a bunch of time for me. So it's been nice to like come in and change my routine around. My YouTube guy was here filming this week. We filmed a bunch of stuff. We filmed for like 2 days straight, all day. We've got more Road to 100 parts that we filmed. We are bringing back an old series. Valaverse Declassified is coming back.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got a really cool White Dragon video for when that shipment arrives and we start sending that stuff out, because that'll be here about a month. So it's going to be exciting.
So there was a bit of a mix-up on your latest video.
Yeah.
You want to fill people in on that?
Yeah, so we had filmed it kind of planning like, okay, well, I'm going to do series 1, that'll be 1 part. And then series 2, but series 2, when I had a printout of all, the 99 items, series 2 wasn't as many items as series 1. Mm-hmm. So we decided to put series 2 and SDS together. So I filmed it in order, going through all of them. So you saw from the intro, I had the series 2 figures in front of me. And then, I'm watching the video, because I'm like, so he comes here and we start filming. I'm like, all right, well, if series 2 is up today, then I guess we'll start filming SDS. And I'm like, are you sure we didn't do it? He's like, yeah, I don't think we did it. So I'm like, I go through like every SDS item. We get to the tin, and he's like, pretty sure we did the tin. And I'm like, well, if we did the tin, we did all of SDS. So I go back, I pull up the video, and I'm like, dude, SDS is on the video that launched today. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, we're series 2. It's not part of the video. So when he was chopping stuff up, he missed the bit of series 2, and he was all bummed out about it. I'm like, who cares? It's just a video.
Yeah.
So I said, just tag it on to the next one. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do series 2 and series 3 is the next video. So
Right on. So how many videos can you say, or do you know how many videos until we get to the 100th figure reveal?
Yeah. So it'll be, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be 5 parts.
Okay. So 3 more weeks then.
3 more. Yep.
That's not bad.
Now, I'm not saying now there won't be a part each week. We're going to break some stuff up. Okay. So like next week, we're going to launch a different video. We filmed some stuff going away from Action Force and Valaverse altogether. It's me kind of talking about other toys in general that I like. But we wrote out our schedule just to see. I think I'm going to announce what the 100th item is probably at the very beginning of April.
Awesome.
Yeah.
In other Action Force news, people have been getting a lot of emails this week. Big Bad.
That's exciting. That is very exciting.
They sent out the charging soon notice for the Arctic Steel Brigade at Big Bad Toy Store. If this is anything like the Night Ops or even the first release for the SDS Steel Brigade, do not sleep on this.
Yeah. Because they're gonna go quick, and then people are like, oh, I missed it. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened on the Night Ops. So go get it.
Absolutely. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to getting those. I want to build out an entire Arctic shelf. So, I got my Arctic Troopers. I'm going to need some, I don't know, maybe like an Arctic blowback or trigger, maybe in a parka one day. An Arctic Vanguard or something would be cool. But I'm digging it.
Arctic Vanguard would be cool. Some chains on the tires. Sure.
That'd be cool, man. All right, we got a few super chats here. We're going to get into our topic. We're talking about just some recent reveals, some recent prices that were, even for the companies, I think a bit shocking. I don't know about what you thought, but we'll get to that. First of all, right out of the gate, Analog Toys, Tony says, my loins are throbbing. And then Mython follows that up. Thank you for the super chat, Mython. He says, donation for Tony's loins situation. Get well. So it might cost more than $2, but we'll see. Thank you, Mython the Python. Go ahead.
Hey, real quick, just because you and I are both repping it, if you guys haven't ordered your Valaverse Vanguard shirt on ValaversePX.com, this is the new Vanguard shirt that we dropped last week or the week before.
Yep.
So go get it at ZoloCon. Anyone wearing this shirt will get a free gift. So
cool.
Make sure you get your shirt, bring it to the show.
The link is in the description, ValaversePX.com.
Nice.
To get the Valaverse merch, or also 3POA podcast. Why can't I talk tonight? What's going on?
Yeah, you're a mess today.
I haven't drank enough. 3POApodcast.com. If I see you with a t-shirt on at Terrificon, or what's the other one we're doing? Oh, Dallas Fort Worth G.I. Joe show. I'm going to buy you a weapons pack, but not the tin. Not the tin. V. Conley just got home, and his Dark Wolf arrived. Now, I don't know if you ordered this, but this was something at PowerCon that I saw, and I ordered it right away, right at their booth. Have you seen the Dark Wolf figure?
I did not see the Dark Wolf figure.
Yeah, FrazettaGirls.com.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So who makes that figure?
Frazetta Girls.
Yeah, but no company does that figure for them?
Not that I know of. Eamon O'Donoghue, I believe, is the designer.
Oh. Is it a good figure?
Holy hell.
What is that?
Wow.
Ooh.
Look at that, everybody. Kent Heltzinger with a $200 super chat. Good
Wow.
God. Kent.
Wow.
Thank you so much. That is nuts, man. Thank you. Wow. I had to bring that up right away. At first, I was like,
I saw it. I was like,
what is-
at first I thought it was in like another like country's, denomination. Cause I'm like, they always like come in a weird amount. And I'm like, wait, that's US dollars.
Wow. Kent Heltzinger, thank you so much, man. That is extremely generous. I feel like I gotta like celebrate, play some music for the, I mean, that's huge. What I should do is I should read it. Thank you, Kent. Hey, Ryan, Bobby, and everyone in chat. I wanted to give you a little gift. I'm a caregiver for my sick parents and deal with depression and anxiety. Watching your videos and being part of chat has made me feel normal. Have a drink on me at Dallas Fort Worth. Kent, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
We're getting like top shelf at Dallas Fort Worth.
Sure.
Thanks to Kent, dude. I can't talk. I'm glad that we could help with depression and anxiety, man. That's awesome because that's serious. Everyone knows someone that deals with that. If you don't deal with it yourself, you know someone that does. So if this show helps, that's awesome. Thank you so much, man. Kent, shout out to you, dude. Wow. That's the biggest super chat we've ever gotten.
Yeah.
By $100. Jeez.
You are a good man, Kent.
Thank you, Kent. How do I move on from that? I don't know. Jeez.
Roll credits, baby. Roll credits.
Thanks, everyone.
See you on the after show.
Thank you, Kent. Man, Princeton Phalanx with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, wait till episode 69. Giggity. That's right. 9 episodes away.
What the hell you say?
Hey, look at this. We got one from Master Son 42. Member for 6 months. Thank you, Master Son. He says, you guys need to work on getting retro blasting to Dallas Fort Worth. I am trying, but I can't do it alone. Hold on. Let's do this right. Michael, get your ass to Dallas Fort Worth. Omas. Total Recall. That was my best Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get your ass to Maz.
Let's just tell Michael that if he doesn't come to Dallas, we're not friends anymore, and he'll come.
I think that'll work.
That'll work. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And Michael, bring your Indiana Jones whip.
I mean, listen, you bring Michael to Dallas. That's like an A-list celebrity right there. It's not like bringing some like 40 viewer YouTuber to another show and thinking that's news. I don't know.
Yeah. Michael's a big deal.
Oh, the desperation stench is hilarious.
Thank you, Clemens, for the 6-month super chat, dude. Appreciate you.
And he's probably watching. So, what's up, big guy?
Michael?
No, you know who watches our show. He's got to watch it because he's got to see, Yeah. Because then he has to do a post, that makes it seem like he wasn't watching our show, but his post always ties into our show for some reason. I don't know. That's a weird coincidence. So thanks for the review there, buddy.
We're not the only ones he's watching. Anyway, what's up, Chad? Hope you're doing well, man. All right. There's Kent again. Thank you. I appreciate everyone. We appreciate you, man. That's awesome. Appreciate you having you here, even if it wasn't for the super chat. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate all of you so much. Thank you. We do have, let's see here. We do have 321 people watching. If you could hit that like button. If we got up to 300 likes, that would be amazing. All right. So I want to get into our topic. I don't want to be too long-winded before we do that. But first, we do need to get over to our news desk. And I forgot to tell you we're doing this tonight. Over to our news desk.
I'm always left in the dark.
With this special report from Sam Newsman.
While the glitz and glamour of toy collecting
may appeal to us all. There are a few things to remember. First, remember the joy of imagination as your collecting foundation, while sharing that joy of toys with others. And finally, when niche IPs have been in limbo for almost 40 years, it shouldn't surprise any of you. When it returned, it would require you to grab the soap without any lube, because it's a business doing pleasure with you. What? Don't look at me like that. Oh. For the 3POA Network, from the most trusted puppet in media, reporting since Roswell, I'm Sam Newsman.
Thank you, Sam. Everyone, be sure to go check out Sam Newsman on Instagram. You just saw all his socials there. Follow him on Facebook. Follow him on YouTube. Sam is great. He's a dear friend. Even though he's pink, we still like him. All righty. Now, on to our topic. Bobby, I don't know if you saw this, but there's a little bit of controversy this week.
I don't pay attention to the tour world.
Stop it. Stop it. We know you do. Did you see what our favorite company dropped?
I sure did.
We're actually getting the Copper Kid to complete our Silverhawks team. This is like the last one. The Copper Kid.
It's about time. It's about time.
They did it.
So,
go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's still time for it to not come out, or for it to like come out and like, you know, have it missing an accessory or paint ops or something like that. Cause you know, they're pretty consistent about that. I mean, like, is he, cause the first ones were gray and then they said they can't do vac metal. And then all of a sudden they dig vac metal. And now it's like, well, so wait a second. So now you want us to get, or I shouldn't say us, I don't buy this dog shit. You like, is he matte copper or is he metallic? I don't know, because they always use these stupid fucking renders.
I will say they said it was impossible. They could not do vac metal at all nowadays. It's bad for the environment. We know that. They can't do that. We know that it'll flake off articulated figures. It'll chip and flake. It can't be done. But just like Jesus himself, who turned water into wine, Brian Flynn pulled a miracle out of his ass and gave us articulated, vac metalized action figures.
Pulled a miracle out of his car seat. I mean, that stupid little fucking toddler. He, like, dude, and it's like, and that's the thing. Like, he lied right to everyone's faces. Lied, and it was like, I got an idea. We'll wait until we sell, you know, through or whatever through their first run of, you know, primer Silverhawks, and then we'll do vac metal. But it's like, so they've only shown vac metal for Quicksilver and Steelheart, I believe. They haven't done anyone else. So it's like,
don't think so.
So it's kind of like, what do you like if you're going to, okay, what they should have done as like a, hey, thank you for supporting our shit company and our dog shit overpriced toys. They should have just done Copper Kid and vac just to show, hey, okay, we fucked up. You know, we tried to give you primer Hawks and we made everyone buy a bunch of them. And then we're like, no, we lied. Here's vac metal for more expensive. As like a thank you, they should have just released this one in vac metal just to say, we effed up. We effed up. Brian had his binky in his mouth and he wasn't thinking. Like, just you know, go this route. Listen, I'm happy for everyone that, you know, is going to complete this stupid fucking collection. You know, for an IP that Brian thought he owned but really doesn't own, and who knows who he was trying to swindle with this IP. But you know, it's like, all right, So, you got this little kid who's, smaller than the rest of the figures, still $55, right? Or did he raise the prices by now? I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, so let's get to it. This is $55. All right.
Of course.
So I doubt it's vac metal because
Yep.
Quicksilver and the other one. What was the other one they were doing in vac
Steel
metal?
Heart.
Okay.
Steel Heart.
Those were 65.
Yeah.
Those were another $10.
Yep.
This one is not. And they listed it as featuring intricate sculpt and premium paint detailing. So,
well, at least they don't say anything about the articulation, because that sure as fuck ain't premium or even modern. They should say, hey, well, premium sculpting and 1995 articulation.
Right. But now, that being said, even though they put that, maybe this is going to be vac metalized, because I think they would have listed that. But if it is vac metalized and they kept it at 55, that would actually be a good thing in comparison to Quicksilver and Ironheart.
They're not. Steelheart.
Right. Well, because this is a small figure. This is a kid. It's a copper kid. But they didn't list the vac metal, so I'm going to say it's not vac metal. But there it is. Yeah, $55. Kind of your standard Super 7 offering. They're pricey. On the same day they announced this, Big Bad Toy Store had another sale on some.
I saw.
Yeah.
What perfect poetic timing.
You love to see it.
Wow. Listen, I guess this isn't as egregious charging 55 for as the Snarf. When they charge 55 for the Snarf, you're just like, listen, yeah, like this isn't using lube, but that's like fisting you, like shit.
Yeah, that's a bit hard to take there.
Brian, you're a piece of shit. Like you're just a lying piece of shit.
Allegedly.
No, he said we can't do it. It's impossible. It can't be done. And then they did it.
Yeah, okay,
So,
fair enough.
Mike
Espinoza, thanks for becoming a channel member.
What's up, Mr. Espinoza?
Espo, he actually upgraded to loaded potato. So thank you for that, Mike. And well, you can't see it, but I do have 6 mounted on the wall over there, which is not how I would prefer to have 6 mounted.
I actually got to put my arm around her. Suck it.
Yeah, you got to do a little movie set visit. Thanks.
I did. Espo invited me to the set, and I went up there a few days after our last show, and it was cool, man. It was cool. Got to be on the movie set. I took over the director's chair for a minute.
Hey.
But yeah, I got to meet Trisha. She was awesome, gorgeous in person.
For those that don't know who we're talking about, this is Trisha Helfer right here.
Hi, Ryan, Bobby, and Tony. I love boys who play with action figures and collect toys.
It's never going to get old. Sorry.
No.
All right, back to it. Omar V says, I love seeing the look on Pixel Dan's face when he saw that vac metal at San Diego Comic-Con. That was pretty rough because then he had to interview Brian, and it was super awkward, in my opinion. It was an awkward interview because, how do you conduct that interview and not call the guy out?
Softball, baby. Softball.
Yeah.
I will say this. The one person I will give props to, even though he's just as big of a piece of shit as Brian Flynn is everyone's favorite Wikipedia teleprompter. Dan Larson actually, I believe, said something like about the whole vac metal fiasco and how you said you couldn't do it, now you do it. So, hey, at least he got something right. A blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, but, that was good.
We know who's not getting free product.
We know who's not getting free product.
Suka says it's made out of real copper that Brian stole out of the energy panels in San Francisco. Todd, thanks for the member chat. Appreciate you, Todd. He says, cheers, boys. I only buy Super 7 on sale. You have a lot to choose from. Definitely.
I want to know if if they have a lot of homeless people outside their office in San Francisco. I bet they do. I mean, they're everywhere in San Francisco. But
I mean,
I wonder if that's who he has designing. It all makes sense now. Great.
Hey, well,
Really.
hey, that's shout out to him for putting them to work. You know, giving them a job.
Trying to give back to the community, and he's saying, "Hey, let me get some cheap labor, give these guys a job, so they're not, outside my office." And hey, good on him.
That's awesome. Yep. Oh, Adam, thank you for the super chat. He wants the 100th Action Force figure to be a vac metal variant.
Interesting. I did just talk to the factory recently about our vac metal options as well as our flocking options.
Wow.
So I just want to see, that I have everything at my disposal at my factories. So yeah.
After you get that Turkish hair repairing surgery, you can say that you flocked yourself.
Damn straight. Damn straight.
We should move on. That was bad.
That was a good one.
Okay. Okay, so not only did they reveal the Copper Kid.
Hey, 423 people watching.
Hey, wow. Awesome. Guys, hit that like button. Appreciate you
I
all.
guess they must have been really excited about Copper Kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, these digital renders look cool. I'm not going to say this looks bad.
Yeah, it's a digital render.
It's a digital render. It looks cool. So there's Copper Kid. They're also doing his Space Racer vehicle, which is, it's basically a larger motorcycle. Tricycle. It's got 3 wheels, So, Bobby, what do you think this rings in at price-wise?
What I would charge for it?
We can do that. Sure. What would you charge?
I mean, it should be. I'm being generous at $80. Generous. And that's 80 is overpriced.
I could see that. Okay. Yeah. What if I told you that the Space Racer with blast effects and a stand was $150?
No figure.
No figure.
I mean, look at the look of shock on my face. I mean,
let's see it right there.
Are you guys really surprised?
Honestly, yeah, I actually was surprised because look, if you want Copper Kid and his Space Racer, which, I mean, according to the digital renders, it looks fine. This is a $205 item. For what is
$205 for that little skid mark and that little orange guy.
It's it's basically like a wide motorcycle in one figure, which I think 205 single figure vehicle.
Brian, man, you know what I gotta praise him. I have to, because he actually sits in probably in these meetings, and he's probably got to approve this price. So good on him for having the balls to do something so ridiculous. Look at this basic shit. Look at this basic shit. So I'm just gonna put this out there. If you buy this and you are someone that called the Vanguard overpriced, you should go play on a highway. Go play on a highway with a blindfold on.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft. If you can build a highway in Minecraft.
Yeah, build a highway in Minecraft, put a blindfold on and play there, because you're a fucking idiot. For real, yes, I'm going to take the time to compare it to my awesome item, which is under $200, and it comes with a figure. And I would bet you I should probably buy one of these just to no, because the Vanguard will be out for about 2.5 years before this thing comes out. So there's no need. But I was going to say, take this thing and see how many of these I can fit next to the Vanguard before it actually looks like the same price. It's like, guys, this is $140. It's $45 less than the Vanguard, and it doesn't come with a figure. And it's probably a third of the size. And it comes with what? Oh, some blast effects, a stand.
It says one
And it's
detachable blaster, 2 blast effects, and a display stand.
Whoa, that's almost half the amount of blast effects that I have in the Vanguard. But
Yeah.
It's just like, really $140 for this? Now, let's compare kind of apples and oranges here. How much was the Thunder tank?
Like let's say 500, give or take $50.
All right, 500.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that thing fit what, 2 in the cockpit and then like a bunch inside. So it fit at least 5 figures, I believe the Thunder tank did. I think it was $500. All right, so split that up, $100 per figure in section. You're saying this thing's $140 for real? Like,
Yep.
for real? It's like, damn, Super 7, man. You bunch of idiots over there.
I mean, if you want to buy this and put it next to the Vanguard just for comparisons, look, just wait. Wait for the sale. It'll be under $100 in no time.
I'm just shocked that they did this. It's like,
I don't get it either. I don't know who in their right mind would pay for this. Now, I want to put out a disclaimer. We have fans that watch the show that are big fans of Silverhawks, and they've been wanting this team. Maybe they really wanted the Space Racer. They'll pay it. And honestly, I don't care. Like, if you want this and that seems like a fair price to you, buy it. What I don't like is when someone wants to tell me that it's actually a good value or try to justify it. Like you're not being ripped off. It's like, if you want it, fine. But just be like, yeah, it costs way too much. Brian Flynn's ripping me off. But I just got to have it, guys. I got to have it. I'd say, okay, I get it. I get it, man.
Yep.
So that's all I'm saying.
What's that plus thing? What are they trying to include to make it seem like you're getting a good value here?
I believe if you order both and you order them through Super 7's website, you get an additional head for Copper Kid and some sort of blaster.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yep.
Hold on. Let me just order one right now. That seems like a really good deal.
Absolutely.
I just don't like it. Put it this way, it's a niche line. Okay, so take all the Silverhawks fans.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting 100% of the Silverhawks fans buying the Super 7 line. It's just the way collecting and economics works.
Especially at these prices.
Yeah. So then it's like, okay, well, you have the people that are like, all right, well, I need Copper Kid. I got to complete the team. Even though Copper Kid probably isn't the most popular character, hence why they're doing him last. Then you want to take a vehicle for this almost unpopular character and charge $140 for this obscure vehicle. I wonder how many episodes. 150. I want to know how many episodes this vehicle actually appeared in. And like, I don't remember Silverhawks well enough to even remember this vehicle. And it's like, this is a typical Super 7. We're cutting deep and we're cool for it. No, you're cutting deep because you're idiots. Like, so of the 90% of the Silverhawks fans that you maybe got on board to buy your line, how many what percentage of that do you think are going to buy this vehicle, this $150 tricycle? I bet Brian could fit on this.
I was going to say a fraction of them, but yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Schmerber says, hey, Bobby, can't find the Vanguard t-shirt on your site. It's ValaversePX.com.
Or if you go to the site and you hover over products, I believe, it gives a drop-down menu and then it says apparel. So you can do it that way. But if you go to ValaversePX.com, that's the site that we use for our apparel.
There you go. Let's see. V. Conley sent a super chat. Thank you. Thank you, V. Conley. He says, Bobby, just wanted to let you know my nephew freaked when I gave him his Swarm Tracer. We'll be ordering some more Series 4 figures soon.
Nice, man. Glad he dug it. Hope he enjoys the glow in the dark.
How could he not? These things are awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vishay. World Made of Cardboard with the member chat. Thank you. Super 7, justify this price. I can't afford $20 a figure. Yeah, a lot of people are in that boat, man. Like 55 is nuts just for their figures. But then you throw in this $150 vehicle, you're pricing out a ton of people. Like, dude, come on, take less profit.
It's also like, do they think we don't see what else is on the market? Like,
right.
Take 15 other figures. Now, granted, some are different scales, whatnot. So it's like, take a Black Series figure, take the most deco detail Black Series figure for $25. Take a Marvel Legend, take a NECA figure, find me the most detailed, most deco NECA figure for what? Okay, call it $30. Then take a Four Horsemen figure, take a Valaverse figure, take all these figures and just line them up and be like, this thing right here with less articulation than anything else on the market. I guess this is kind of close to Four Horsemen because they don't use double elbows or double knees.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you really thought that $55 was a justifiable price for this. Like, I know the consumers are sometimes have some common sense, but it's just like, again, if you want it, you're like, I'm such a huge Silverhawks fan, fine. But you cannot sit there and say that $55 a figure is right.
Well, I mean, consumers are voicing their opinions with their wallets. That's why this stuff is going on deep clearance.
True.
On Big Bad and other places. I mean, $10 for an Ultimate figure that retails for $55. Something tells me they're not selling, but I don't know.
I mean, after that giant sale, after losing a bunch of licenses, it's like, you're really going to do this obscure vehicle? I got to find out who that company is that gave them millions of dollars. Because I want to reach out to them and be like, did you guys think this through? Did you consult anybody?
Don't do that. That is tortious interference, and it's highly illegal.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Wants
So
to do that.
Right. Stuart Jardine, thanks for becoming a channel member. Appreciate you. Stay tuned for the after show, by the way. We will do an after show tonight. After this, make 10-15 minutes. Troll Painting Minis, thank you for the super chat. Bobby, why don't you like Stupid 7? Why don't you do like Stupid 7 and start kicking around corpses of 80s IPs like Brave Star or ROM?
Well, I've said it on multiple occasions that this whole, this new trend, this nostalgia trend, everyone has to lean into nostalgia. Everyone, okay, that's fine. It works to a point. But also, this whole, swallowing up every single 80s, 90s nostalgia IP. For instance, Biker Mice from Mars. The show failed the first time around. So who the fuck wants it now? So it's shit like that.
Now, that one surprised me because I've actually heard that it's selling really well.
Is it?
Yeah, Nerd, was it Nerd Zoic or I forget who? Some of the retailers were telling me, oh, it's actually selling well. They're doing, there was a demand for Biker Mice from Mars, which blew me away because I'm like, I remember it kind of, but it was really obscure.
I'm going to call bullshit on that. I'd love to know is it good for the sense that, say they ordered a case and they're selling through it good, or is it good in the sense that they're selling 15 cases? Pretty sure it's the latter. But I mean, again, these IPs, it's where's Crash Bandicoot? Where's Pirates of Darkwater?
Crash Bandicoot, isn't that with Premium DNA?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're doing that in Battletoads. Who's again, maybe I'm naive to it, maybe because it's just it's not for me. But I'm pretty sure I know when a license is good or not. and I just see so many of these dead licenses being done. It's just like, hey, Boss Fight, good job with Fraggle Rock there, dummies. How did Zorro do for you? Flash Gordon. It's just like, I just don't understand, like, getting an old IP that's dead, like not even relevant anymore. It's a total waste of money. You're tooling so much stuff, and it's just not a good idea. Again, listen, if you want to do it, if you feel good about it, if you could sell them, great. It's definitely not a road I'm going down. I want stuff that's relevant, stuff that people are into, not, backpedaling into the past, with Doc and Marty and saying, hey, look at this.
I just feel like the audiences for that stuff is just getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Curse of Fenrir says, holy crap, Ryan with the bizarre knowledge, tortious interference. I watch a lot of Nick Rekieta. Okay.
Don't worry, Super 7. I'm not going to do that. You guys will implode on your own. Yeah. I don't need to help you. You're helping yourselves with a $50 to $5 figure and $150 tricycle.
Yeah. Brian Dillingham with the Dillinghamism. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate you as always. Toy Gains says, I got Monstar on clearance for $40. All of their shit hits clearance. So Monstar was originally $85?
Jeez.
I believe, or more. I don't remember. But yeah, that's a good price because that was actually a really big figure. Thank you, Toy Gains. Suka says, do you think the owner of Big Bad Toy Store is looking at this and just face palming at the future sales loss on this one? Maybe.
I can't imagine the giant sales that they're doing on their stuff, and then Super 7 going to BBTS and saying, hey, so you guys are going to take this, right? Like,
please.
I have a feeling it's not going to be good. And it's not like this is like a, hey, we're going to crowdfund this to like gauge fan, desire. It's like they said they're kind of doing this, right? So good luck with that there, buddy.
Hold on. There's a comment that I wanted to get to, and this thing is moving. Here it is. Gundam Warrior, coming from the guys that never saw Ghostbusters or Roadhouse. Hey, I've seen Roadhouse. I love that movie. I don't want to hear it. Ghostbusters, I have not seen. Did you watch?
We almost have 500 people watching.
Wow. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Hit that like button. Okay. Let's see here. Now, Ninja Knight says the latest BBTS sales have been interesting. You never see Action Force on sale at BBTS. Just saying. Well, I mean, the at least Sarge was.
Yeah, Sarge. They must have had some extra, which I thought that they were sold out of all Series 1 stuff like last year. So I don't know if they found some extra stock or what have you, but I could have sworn that all of Series 1 was sold out. So I'm not sure what that's all about. But okay, so give them one. So, all right, one Action Force item on sale out of the how many they've had on their site,
And it wasn't discounted that much. It was like 25 instead of 32.
Okay, so they didn't do it for like $10, like a Super 7 figure?
No, I mean, the equivalent would be selling it for like $4.
That's true.
That's
true.
Thank you, Ninja Knight. Sci-Fi and Toy Fan says, Bobby, my order showed up today. Couldn't be happier.
Nice. Thanks, man.
Series 4 still going out.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Joe Bits. Thank you for the super chat, Joe Bits. He says, evening, gents. Hope all is good. Bobby, can we expect a Super Bowl TV spot for your special project next year or after?
That'd be fun. I don't think I have like $2 million to spend on a 30-second spot. So the day other toy companies start doing the Super Bowl spots, maybe I'll do one. But listen, hopefully one day, there's an Action Force trailer that drops during Super Bowl. That'd be really cool.
That'd be cool.
We'll see.
Oh, hey, side note, we're supposed to be getting a Deadpool 3 trailer.
Oh, tomorrow. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Super Bowl.
That's funny. Watch how many, I don't want to say the N-word, nerds. I want to say, toy fans or collectors, how many of us are going to watch the Super Bowl just for the Deadpool trailer? They're going to get this influx of viewers by a demographic they haven't had before.
Well, there's even a lot of like football fans that are like
Yeah.
Chiefs and the 49ers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Taylor
right.
Swift is ruining it for everybody. I mean, it's
what is with Taylor? I don't know what's going on with Taylor Swift in the NFL because I don't keep track. But what's the big?
Like, they're just mad like because she's dating one of the guys on the Chiefs, and they just show her like every like couple minutes. They show her in the stands or in the box or whatever, and people are just mad that like it's like you're still showing Taylor Swift, like big deal. Like, okay, so she's at the game, she's dating this guy. It's old news, like, but yet they still make it about her. I think there's a Vegas prop bet how many times they show her during the Super Bowl. So it's gotten to be a spectacle like that. So it's like people just are hating Taylor Swift because it's like, dude, she's rooting for her boyfriend. Big deal. Okay, so she's a celebrity. Can she control that? What do you want her to do? You want her to like sneak in the back and like watch on a monitor? Like, no, she's watching her guy play. Is she controlling them? Is she saying you have to show me on camera every 30 seconds? No. And it's like, it's just the NFL. It's just ratings bullshit. But yeah, it's stupid.
Scott says, who's this Taylor Swift guy you keep talking about? DC Multiverse Collector says, Seahawks are bust.
Is that Jordan?
No, that's a Canadian.
No, I know. I was just joking because Jordan's a big Seahawks fan.
Speaking of Canada, I'm going to Canada next weekend.
Are you really?
To meet Gina Carano.
Ooh.
Fan Expo Canada. Cannot wait. Thank you, Joe Bits, for that super chat. Chalor says, Flynn said they're going on clearance because that's totally normal when a company wants to make room in their warehouse and has zero connection to them not selling well. That makes okay.
Oh man, it's literally like.
Where did he say that?
It's perfectly normal. So okay, so let's just
sale. Hold on, a sale is normal.
Yeah, it's normal when a company wants to make room in its warehouse. Okay, so they need to make room in its warehouse first because stuff isn't selling. Like. You just made yourself look like a fucking idiot, Brian. Like, guys, if you aren't convinced at how stupid this toddler is, I can't help you. If you don't see it, I can't help you. But you need to look at this guy or this child and say, does this guy like think about the shit that comes out of his mouth when he says it? He's got to be like Dwight. Him and Dwight, they must share some gene or something like that where they say stupid shit. And they don't think about it,
I mean, he must think that collectors are dumb. That's got to be what it is.
Apparently.
Yeah.
To charge $55 for a figure and then say that, no, it has nothing to do with them not selling. No, it has everything to do with them not selling because, you need to make room in your warehouse. Why? For new shit? So you got to move the stuff that's not selling? Yeah. Duh, you fucking idiot. That's so dumb.
Rodimus Prime Rib says LaserPants going to pay $200 to smell Gina's hair. It was 120. Okay, it was 120, which I thought was a lot. But
if you if you pull a Borat on her, I'm not bailing you out.
Wait, what's a Borat?
Remember when Borat kidnapped Pamela Anderson in the movie? Man,
it's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Oh.
He kidnapped Pamela Anderson in that?
Yeah, remember the whole movie. The premise of the movie is he wanted to go to America to meet Pamela Anderson because he saw like her on Baywatch. Or that wasn't why he came to America, but he came to America and then he's in a hotel and he sees Baywatch and he falls in love with Pamela Anderson. And he tries to go and meet her. And he goes to like this signing and he literally like throws a sack over her and like throws her over his shoulder. And then he gets like mobbed by like security or like he tries to throw the sack on her, something like that. She ends up like running through the parking lot. But that's it. So don't do that. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to do that. Are you serious? She'd probably kick my ass and I'm going to be with my family. So it's
she definitely beat you up pretty good.
Yeah.
I'd almost, have Amber film that.
It would be an extra charge to have her kick my ass.
Dude, could you imagine the views you'd get on the channel for that?
Oh, that's a good point.
Right?
Like, hey, Gina, if I slip in another $100 here, can you just like, ground and pound me? And not that way, but
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
punch me in the face while I'm on the ground crying. That'd be huge. All right.
Hey, 3 more live viewers to 500.
All right. We're going to hit it. Thomas Goes Nostalgic. Thank you for the super chat, man. He says, Taylor Swift as Dazzler. I'm 100% down for that. Don't know her music, but I love Dazzler. I guess, I always thought Dazzler would have been like super hot. Just like a solid 10.
You don't think Taylor Swift is hot?
She's a very handsome woman. That's all I'm saying. Very handsome.
Oh, that's funny.
Thank you, Thomas. Let's see here. JD Stenson. Thank you for the member chat, man. He says, thanks, Bobby and crew, for fixing my Series 4 order.
I don't know what happened, but hey, that's what we do here. If there's ever a problem, we'll take care of it for you.
There you go. Right on. Jason Newton, thanks for the super chat. Can't wait to see Action Force at ZoloCon coming up in what, 2 weeks? 1 week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. What do you drink, Bobby? I'll bring you a bottle.
I drink bourbon. Blanton's or Basil Hayden's is my favorite. However, I've been on a honey mead kick, so I'm drinking honey mead tonight. So that's always a good one. But you don't have to get me anything. It's fine.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jason.
500, baby. We hit 505.
All right, we hit
Nice.
500. 500 people watching. Please hit that like button. Appreciate you all. All right, let's see here. Robert's Infinite Realms. Thanks for the super chat, man. He says, wallet not hurting. I see the prices and say, F that.
Smart guy right there.
Bruh.
Yep. All right. Thank you guys so much. Okay. We are going to move on now to the next thing on the docket. Also, kind of has to do with what seems to be an inflated price, but, well, we'll talk about it. So our buddy Todd McFarlane, he makes action figures from DC. He likes them cool. I'm a big Batman fan, mostly. Batman figures are cool. But he's finally getting to some extended members of the Green Lantern Corps, not just Kyle Rayner or Hal Jordan or John Stewart. He's given us Killawog. And I got to say, I think this Killawog looks really cool. Unfortunately, if you're a big-time, McFarlane DC figure collector, you're probably going to have to rebuy this Kyle Rayner, which you already have, because he's been single-packed a couple times.
Same figure?
Pretty much same figure. I think new accessories. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, one of them was like a pale lime green. This one is actually like Green Lantern green. So,
gotcha.
But yeah, so it's a 2-pack. It's an Amazon exclusive. It is up for pre-order now to deliver in April. Let's see here. Go to the next slide. So it's a pretty standard McFarlane offering, right? Killawog is big though. But, a couple accessories. You get the stand, you get the trading card. Comes in the box. This is $69.99 retail.
How much are like the standard figures, like a Kyle Rayner type
Now
figure?
that has been changing recently. Up until recently, he was $20, $25 if it had a Build-A-Figure part. But now he's doing exclusives on his store. And, for whatever reason, right, we've all heard about, Target didn't buy the Target exclusives this year. They passed on them, so he has all this extra inventory. Whatever the reason is, it doesn't matter. He's putting up exclusive waves on his store for $40 a piece. Yeah, $40 a figure. A discount if you buy the whole wave. I've heard that there is a Build-A-Figure wave coming to his online store that will be $50 a figure for a McFarlane figure.
What?
That's a rumor I heard. The person that told me, it's the same person that correctly leaked to me some other stuff about McFarlane that came true. So I tend to believe it. But yeah, we're looking at possibly $50 figures. However, I think retail will be staying around 25 and now 30 because he has a $30 price point for what he calls platinum or gold label. This is gold label. But yeah, this is $70.
I'm doing it wrong, guys. I need to start making some like platinum label Valaverse shit and just raping you guys on the price. I think I'm gonna start doing that. See, listen, it seems like you guys are biting on this, So if that, listen, Super 7, McFarlane, maybe I'm the one that's wrong. I think I'm the one
dropping
that's wrong.
prices.
I'm dropping prices. Shit, I shouldn't be dropping prices. I should be hiking that shit up on you guys.
Man,
I'm totally doing it wrong.
Now, McFarlane does have a like second SKU in his DC line. That's a $39.99 SKU at Target. It's for the mega figs, the bigger figures. So you could consider Killawog to be a mega fig that he would normally price at $39.99. Okay. That still, to me, is $5 to $10 too high, which isn't that bad. Now, hold on. I don't think it's that bad, but it was enough to keep me from pre-ordering it. Because all I want is Killawog.
Yeah.
Because the Killawog is a big character, and he'll fit in with my Mezco stuff. My Mezco lanterns.
Yeah.
The Kyle Rayner I have no use for. But
so is this Killawog the size of, say, the Mongol figure that's out now?
that's a
or
good
is he
question.
smaller?
I think it's probably pretty comparable. So,
Comparable? And it's like, how much was that Mongol figure in the store?
$39.99. That was the mega fig. Yeah.
So the price seems right, but like you were saying, I have the Kyle Rayner. It's like, if you're giving us two figures you don't have, great. You could sell Killawog on his own. You don't need Kyle Rayner to sell Killawog.
See, here I have the monitor, right?
Yeah.
The anti-monitor mega fig, and this was $39.99. I got it on sale, I think, for maybe 30 or 35 or something. But I imagine Killawog will be about this size.
I don't know why you just didn't single pack it.
I don't know, man, but I think Killawog would sell like gangbusters on his own.
Right? Dude, if he did Mongol couldn't have been a more obscure DC villain. The only time Mongol had like a time in the spotlight was when he showed up and decimated Coast City with Cyborg Superman. But it was like, before then, no one gave a shit about Mongol, and after, nobody gave a shit about Mongol. So it was like, yeah, he had his 5 minutes of fame, but it's like, you still made a single pack Mongol figure, and you're not going to single pack Killawog? Kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I think Killawog is more recognizable and desirable than Mongol. I mean, Mongol's cool. I passed on it, but it's still cool. Fred, thank you, Fred, for becoming a new channel member. Stay tuned for the after show after this. Ooh, spoilers. Jeff, thank you, Jeff, for the 6-month member chat. He says, I'm just tuning in, Bobby. I'm really enjoying Series 4. So much great stuff. Thanks for dropping prices while the rest choke.
You got it, man. Hey, listen. Again, try and do what's right for the consumer. The trolls hate it,
Yeah.
But we're going out of business soon anyway. It doesn't matter.
I saw one guy saying that you only dropped prices because you changed the packaging, and that saved you $2 per figure.
Well, it didn't. No, the packaging wasn't $2. This know-it-all dipshit. Hey, know-it-all dipshit, shoot me a message, because I'm going to hire you because you're so smart and you know everything about toy making. Why don't you come here and work for us, because I'm looking for professionals. You're obviously a professional, but wait, you probably already have a job in the toy industry. Yeah, well, that's right.
The funny thing is that the first thing I thought was, so what? He dropped the price by $2.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
You're getting the same amount of figure.
Yeah, we didn't. And that's the thing. It's like, yeah, we put it in a different packaging, didn't take anything away from the figure.
Right.
And you want to find a reason to bitch about that?
Yeah.
So listen, know-it-all fuckface. Yeah, it was some of the packaging, and some was like, I'll eat into my profit margin a little bit. Why? Because shit's selling.
Yeah.
Also, dickhead, if you heard what I said, when your quantities go up, your costs come down. So Action Force is selling more. So my quantities are going higher. So my cost per unit can come down. So then that paired with some packaging changes allows me to drop it $2.
Yeah.
Send me an email and apologize, asshole.
And now, not only that, but all the other packaging for all the other figures that also came down stayed the same.
Oh, that's right. That's
Troopers,
right. Yeah.
the gear packs.
Yeah. Oh, we'll chalk that one up to just cost coming down because quantities are going up.
Yeah.
Action Force is popular.
Yep. Jeff W. Thank you, Jeff, for gifting 5 3POA podcast channel memberships. I really appreciate that. So let's see here. Sorny Games Go. Welcome to channel membership. Nikatronis. John Papasergio, Age of Relic, New York City. Grizzlehorn. You guys all got channel memberships thanks to Jeff. Jeff, appreciate you so much. So stay tuned for the after show, guys. That's awesome. All right. Then we got one. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Read that. I thought we were moving on. Before we move on from Killawog, I want to say something about it.
Absolutely. Mark Rudolph, thank you for the super chat. He says, just got my Valaverse order, and I got to say that Condor looks so amazing in person. The photos don't do it justice. Thanks for the amazing products, Bobby.
Anytime, bud. Glad you like them.
Now, I was talking with Jay's Figs, who is on Instagram at Jay's Figs, and we were talking about what the sleeper of the wave is.
Ooh.
He's really digging the Urban Commando. And it's hard to argue with because the Urban Commando is cool. It's got that new red visored gas mask. I gave mine the minigun from the weapons pack. But in my opinion, the sleeper hit of the wave is Desert Condor. This is my favorite one. I think this is the one that, it's going to get maybe slept on like Trigger did. And then all of a sudden Trigger's selling for whatever he's selling for now,
Yeah.
I could see that happening with Desert Condor. And when he opened up his Desert Condor, he kind of came around. He's like, I see what you're saying. Just the color palette you used.
Yeah.
The screaming face is awesome. Sometimes companies will make a screaming face and it looks like the dude is like dead-eyed, but like his mouth is open, like he's going to bite a cheeseburger. But you got the brow furrowed right, with the eyes kind of squinted, and he's, got that screaming mouth. So it's done really well.
My thing is what constitutes a sleeper? To me, a sleeper has to do with a pre-order because for instance, Series 1, the pre-orders on Carrick weren't as high as everyone else. So then he came in, he sold out because what we had left over was lower than the other figures. But now that I'm not doing pre-orders and the figure run is the figure run, there's really no sleeper. Also, it's I see what kind of goes out the door, and it's there's no item that's selling less than the others.
Okay.
I see orders and it's Blowback, it's Tracer, and it's the 3 core figures. They're all even with how they're selling. And the interesting thing is you'll see people, post a picture, or some guys did that hack where they pulled the gas mask off the tactical head pack and see the balaclava head underneath it. And then it's once people realize that, some of the head packs start going up, but it's not like things were slowing down or anything like that. Everything is super, super high. So I'm just sitting there waiting for something to slow down, but it's not.
Well, we don't have the numbers, the collectors, but just from social media, it looks like the Tracer is getting the most attention.
The Tracer
and Blowback.
If I were to say quantity wise, what has gone out the door, Blowback and Tracer are even for first place. And then after that, the other three, the 3 core figures are even for second place.
Yeah, Kevin Riddle says Kill Switch was a sleeper in my opinion. I was surprised Kill Switch won Best Action Force figure from Nerdzoics Nerdy Awards.
Yep.
I thought it was Warpath Eclipse all day long.
I know. Hey, speaking of Kill Switch, if you're going to ZoloCon, we might have some retired from the vault figures coming to ZoloCon, and Killswitch might be one of them.
Cool.
Because when we moved to the to the bigger office just to go out of business, we ended up finding some cases of figures like mixed in with other figures. So like for instance, like Eclipse or Female Steel Brigade, there were some kill switches. I think it's 2 or 3 cases mixed in with those. So I have those. I might have 2 cases of a Series 2 figure that I'll be bringing there. So
okay,
you're going.
That's a cool tease. That's a cool tease. Mobile Recluse, thank you for the member chat. He says, hello, Bobby and LP. Catching the replay later. Well, hello in the future then, Mobile Recluse.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you. And then Small Batch Network sent in a super chat, no message, but thank you so much, Small Batch Network. Appreciate that. You're awesome, man. And then our buddy Kent Heltzinger says, hey, Bobby, I hope you can give us more Arctic Force. Badass chick with blue hair.
Seems like Arctic is something people want. I didn't think so, but sure, let's keep doing it.
Yeah. Got to have an Arctic vehicle to go with them.
I know.
Oh, look who's here. What's up, Ninja? Thank you for the super chat. He says, of course it's the Kryptonite Tracer. Come on, guys.
You can't keep calling it that. That's trademark infringement, damn it.
They would look good, fighting Superman, though. That'd make for a cool shot. Thank you, Ninja. We got to get Ninja back on the show eventually.
I know. I'm going to see him in 2 weeks.
All right. Okay. So you wanted me to bring Killawog back up?
Yeah.
All right.
So not from this view, but it was from the other view, the one where he's posed out with Kyle Rayner. My thing, it's like, Todd, it's kind of the Brian Flynn situation. It's like we are in, I don't want to say the golden age of action figures. It's more of it's like an epic age of action figures just because of technology and production and things like that. It's like, dude, how are you not doing pinless joints? Like,
yeah,
what the fuck? And I look at Killawog. Look at the size of the pins in his legs.
The pins are egregious, and I don't know why he makes the diaper pieces go so high.
Yeah,
that's another weird one.
Yeah, but it's just like, dude, the pin, like, come on, man. Like, it's so, and it's not. Here's the thing, it's not like the factory can't do it because some of my products are done at this same factory, so I know because all my shit's pinless. Yeah. So it's definitely feasible. I have no idea why they don't want to do it. It's just like you're starting to make yourself look like Super 7, where it's like, here we are in 2024, Super 7 doesn't have double elbows or double knees, and it's like 2024 and Todd McFarlane toys don't have pinless joints. Everybody's doing pinless joints. WWE finally moved to pinless joints, so all their ultimates are on pinless bodies now. It's like the standard, and it's like you have to roll with the times. If you start doing stuff that's not the norm, like, it's bad. I don't get it.
Yeah, got to go with the times. Nikatronis mentioned that this is a partial reuse of a Beast Boy body. So, but still, I mean, he could have been pinless for quite a while, even when that Beast Boy came out. So
yeah.
Not that the pinless thing is like a deal breaker for me. Like, I prefer pinless just because of the the look. But if I didn't have to buy Kyle Rayner, I'd be in on this Killawog from day one. Now the thing is, I think eventually we'll get a Killawog from Mafex.
Yeah,
I think it's a matter of time before we start getting Green Lantern Corps from them.
Has McFarlane done a Parallax or a Sinestro?
Yeah, well, not the big monster parallax, but he
No,
did.
I mean like the Hal Jordan parallax.
Yeah. He teased it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, but they haven't like done it, like shown it yet.
No, they showed it. It might be up for pre-order.
Okay.
Yeah. So he is working his way through the Green Lantern Corps. This is like the first alien-looking dude that he's done, and he hasn't done Guy Gardner yet, or Jessica Cruz, but it's a matter of time. Yeah. Alrighty. We got member chat from Ken's Toys. Bobby, have you given any thought on hiring an actress to appear at a con or internet ads for any figure? Pandora?
100%. I've been working on that. Just trying to see like what conventions she's planning on going to, or this or that. But I've also got something coming up maybe this week where she won't be playing a character, but she'll be tied in somehow. I know it's I'm giving, like no information on that, but when it happens, you'll see it.
Sorny Games Go says Parallax was a Walmart exclusive. There you go. All right.
Okay.
2026 Mayfix Green Lantern. Hopefully not that long. I'm sure they'll start with like Jon Stewart or Hal Jordan, but I hope they go
start with Hal Jordan. They got to do classic Hal Jordan.
Yeah, with the white boots.
Yep.
Yeah. I hope they go deep with the Green Lantern Corps. All right. Okay, we can move on from this. Get over to our last topic. Now, did you see this thing? And this is not something I would usually cover. This just looks so wild to me. I just had to bring it up. This is the Heat Boys. What's this thing called? Heat Boys TMNT Leonardo Party Van Mecha. So this is about 10 inches tall.
So it's a Transformer.
Legally distinct from Transformer.
Oh, well, yeah, but
it's an official product. I mean, I think it's got Nickelodeon and the Turtles logo in the picture.
Huh.
Yeah, Mechatran TMNT. Very posable. Looks cool. Something about it almost makes it look like a Lego set to me.
It does. It does very much look like a. What was that? Kinetics or no? What was the
Mega Blocks?
No. What was the one Lego subset they had where you could build like robots and stuff?
Oh, Bionicle.
Bionicles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit, but super posable. I think it looks really cool, man. Probably going to pass on it just because of the price of $185. It's pretty expensive, and I'm not a big enough mech fan to spend that kind of money on this. But check this out.
What?
Yeah. Chest opens, little Leo in there.
That's cool.
So it's a full-on mech suit. It's full-on Pacific Rim style.
Man.
And then it transforms into the Turtle Van, and Leo, he's right there in the cab driving it.
Turtles pimps out their IP like over everything. You see Turtles mashed up with everything.
Everyone's doing
He-Man, WWE.
Yep.
Shit.
Everyone. That TMNT He-Man crossover is actually it's going to be a comic or a cartoon or something. They have actually like content to go with it. It's not just the toy line.
Okay.
Like the Turtles go to Eternia. Get into some hijinks.
What is this? Turtles 3? Turtles in Time?
Yeah. Turtles in the Multiverse.
Right.
Yeah, there's the Turtle Van. And this is cool too. It comes with this whole, I think they call this the garage.
It's like an Iron Man gantry.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. But yeah, it's like they're calling it a garage or something. Yep, garage. So if the figure is about 10 inches tall, it's about 9.84 inches tall. At least that's what 25 centimeters is. This thing weighs 2 pounds. But with those crane arms and the whole stand, I mean, that's like a foot tall. So this is a pretty big toy. And then it folds down.
Still cheaper than Copper Kid and the tricycle together.
I was gonna say it's cheaper.
All right, I took your thunder.
Dude, all these parts, all the engineering that went into making it a transformer. I mean, I can't imagine how much design goes into something like this. Every little part,
Yeah.
and movement, and hinge, and everything.
I'd love to hear Brian explain that one.
And this is officially licensed.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Look at that. It's awesome. Yeah, I don't have much more to add to that. I just wanted to show it. It should be up for pre-order. Let's see. I got my notes here. Soon, if not already. Oh, it was on. It's out there. Just search for it. But yeah, Leonardo transforming mech, 2 katanas, 2 launchers, 2 ninja shurikens, 1 figure, mini katanas for Leo, 2 of those, and the multi-function garage, including weapon stand and mechanical arms. Pretty cool offering.
Wow.
Pretty cool. All right. We got a super chat here from Matt Talon. Thank you, sir. I haven't watched in a long time, so I just wanted to stop by and give you some money. Thank you. Thanks for all you're doing. Thank you, Matt. Thanks for
Matt.
stopping by, and thanks for the super chat, dude. Appreciate it. All right. Oh, you zoomed through that. Okay. The guys from Dallas Fort Worth, G.I. Joe Show, reached out to me, and they what? What's the? Oh, you switched.
I just realized that I can control that now.
You can star chats, whatever you want to do.
I never got to do all that fun stuff where you and Tony would drop each other off of the channel and stuff like that.
Yeah, like this, just like that. That's all you gotta do. All right, you can come back.
He-Man, I have the power, baby.
You got the power. Oh, speaking of Tony, Bobby, I now need 12 fishing tackle boxes to keep all my Action Force spares organized. I think I'm up to 6 for all my Action Force stuff.
I have. You guys saw in the office tour video. I just have bins and bins and bins.
Yeah.
Of just parts over there. So it gets crazy when you offer so much shit with your stuff for $30.
Yep. John Papa Sergio with a good idea. Vanguard in the TMNT Party Waking colors. Say what?
Oh, dude, I'd be all over that.
I mean, you could just do it. The colors aren't copyrighted.
That's true. That is true.
Yep.
Yeah. I would love to do a black version with a red bar in the front of the hood.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
That'd be cool. I would just love a black version, honestly.
Or that.
Yeah. All right. You got anything? Because I'm all out.
I think I'm good.
You want to end this early? We've never ended early before on this show.
It'd be nice because we always go pretty long on the after show, and then I get home at midnight, and I'm like, how did that happen?
Sounds like a you problem, Bobby.
Yeah, I know. You fuckers on the West Coast. Shit, man. It's kind of like when me and Tony watch UFC together, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning here, and he goes, hey, I'm about to go out to the bar for lunch. And I'm like, you can go fuck off, man. Like, must be nice. Must be nice.
Oh, yeah. So the guys from DFW, thank you, Brian. They reached out, and they asked about, promoting the con on the show. And so we're going to plan something. We're going to have them on. Not sure exactly when. I was thinking closer to the day of the show, maybe a month or so out. Thought that could be kind of cool. Throw a little promotion on there.
I mean, we can time it around when I announce the 100th Action Force item, which will be the DFW exclusive.
Perfect. Let's do that. So that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, you don't have to speak on this because it's been a lot of drama this week, but that's a good question. Warp Frenzy says, really want to hear Bobby's take on the Mythic Legion's QC issues lately.
So I did see that post. Now, I'm not in any of the Mythic Legion's groups, and I definitely don't buy their stuff on a regular basis. If I see something that I like, that's cool. I'll get it. Now, I did forget that I ordered their newest series that just came out.
Oh, the Poxes.
Yeah, the wizards and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it was very cool, and I did like an impulse buy and I went all in. So I got there all in. So I got every item. And I haven't opened any. I just looked at them through the windows and I said, wow, that's a great figure. Wow, that's a great figure. Wow, it's a great figure. Like they put out impressive stuff. They put, I don't know any other company that's doing the level of detail in their sculpts that they are. It's really impressive. And they got a lot of soft goods and things like they do a great item. Now, again, I didn't open them, but I did see a lot going around that there were some QC issues with this series. And then I heard, again, I don't know if this is true because I didn't hear from them, that this series took a while because they said they were working out QC issues. Okay. Without having all the information, I mean, I'd have to open mine up and see. Hopefully I'm one of the lucky ones that don't have QC issues. But here's the thing about toy QC issues. A lot can be controlled and a lot can't. For instance, on Series 2 of Action Force, we had a issue with the hip joint on the scarabs. That was an issue where it didn't arise in any of the test shots or pre-production samples that I got. You got to remember, you're dealing with one human error through how many workers at the factory. You have how many people touching these products, how many people loading stuff into machines. You have machines running. You have temperatures, this and that. You have a day crew. You have a night crew. So there's a lot that can go on that is out of your control. Now with the scarabs, it just so happened that, when they pour the plastic, it comes in these bags like giant beads, and they go into a hopper and it melts all those. And then they extrude it into the mold. That bag then comes from another plastic factory, like a totally different factory that creates the raw plastic beads. There was an issue with the composition of that specific material, the POM for the hip joint. Mm-hmm. And on a third of the run of scarabs, when they were using that batch of plastic that it came that day, there ended up being an issue. And the issue was it was breaking. Now, immediately when I realized that it was an issue, you have to address it head on. We put out something immediately about it. Said, there is this issue. We have already talked to the factory about it. The factory has already acknowledged it, and we are correcting it. They said, yep, totally a bad batch of that POM material. So I think within a couple weeks, I don't think it was anywhere near more than 2 weeks. It was very fast. They ran off enough hips to cover a third of the production run. That was all on their dime. They, it's their error. It's, manufacturing process. We got hips in. Anyone that had an issue, I covered it for anyone that ordered from a third party, anyone that ordered from Valaverse. Just message me and we will send it out. You don't have to pay for shipping. You don't have to pay for anything. So we supplied all those because that's a manufacturing error, or issue that arose during that production run. Now, if the other thing is, all toys have QC issues, every single one, mine, Marvel, Classified, every single one. You know why? Because you're dealing with plastic that is bent and moved. So you're not dealing with a statue that you stitch on yourself. These things move, and there's torque that goes onto these things. You're also dealing with tons of guys. The range of temperatures that happen in a factory, one, just to change the seasons in the factories. Then it's like these things come out of the machine hot. Then they go into a cool bath. And it's like if the plastic doesn't go into the bath right away for cool down, it could affect how the mold, how that piece cures as it's cooling. There's all these different factors involved. It's not I know like it's easy to go after a company, be like, oh, Valaverse shit breaks or NECA's shit breaks. Guys, there's a factory that's a giant fucking ocean away that's manned by hundreds of people that you don't even know during all sorts of ridiculous conditions. So you don't know. Now, granted, if you have consistent QC issues over years and years and years, that's a problem. That's
which NECA used to have really bad.
NECA used to have, and NECA got better. They fixed a lot of shit. Now, from what I heard, Four Horsemen, they've had QC issues since like day one. But again, I can't really speak on it. It's just that I don't know what level of it is, and I was going to make this point, if it's when I was saying that all toys, all figures and toys have QC issues, it's just a matter of, is it less than 1%? Is it 1%? Is it 5%? Those are all acceptable as far as like production. Like when you're dealing with all these factors, this is the percentage that should have QC issues just because of human error, conditions, what have you. If it's over that and you don't acknowledge it, that's where there's a problem.
Yeah.
Again, like I acknowledge that the scarab thing was, 30%. So I had to acknowledge it. I think even if it was 10%, I still would have acknowledged it. The ankle joints on the Series 3 figures, that ended up being like 5%, and I still acknowledged it and sent out replacements. Because you know how I know it was less than 5%? Because the factory had made me replacements for 5% of the production run, and I still have a shit ton of them left. So it was lower than 5%. That's how I know that. So, it goes back to, you have to let your customer base know. Now, I know it sucks. Don't get me wrong. It sucks having to share bad news. It definitely does, and you want to avoid it at all costs. But it hurts you more to not acknowledge it than it does to acknowledge it. There's always going to be the shitheads that don't give a shit if you're being open and honest. They're still going to use it as a way to make their shit lives feel better, aka, all the guys on his tank. But, Mezco not acknowledging 89 Batman at all. That's really bad.
Yeah, that was not good.
I don't know if the Four Horsemen are acknowledging it or not. Listen, those are great guys. I love those guys. They do a great product. They've been around a long time. So it would surprise me if they're not acknowledging it or not doing something about it. I just don't know. Is it 3 people? That's the other thing about like social media. It's like you can have one person showing an error or an issue they had, and that can go over 7 different toy groups and make it seem like it's 7 different people when it's the same person and it's posting the same pictures. That's again, their voices are always going to be the loudest. You're not going to hear as many, hey, mine is great, posting about it. You're going to hear, I had an issue, people posting about it.
And when there is, toy line specific groups where fans of that line all congregate, like the Cabal, the Mythic Legion's Cabal, you're going to have a great, a high percentage of the collectors in that group sharing pictures. And when something breaks, there's a good chance they're going to share a break. And so it looks like there's a ton. I'm not saying that the new wave is not bad. I don't know. I don't really collect Mythic Legions. There could be, some more than normal issues than they usually have. They do always include heating instructions, which, I mean, you had to do it. You got the idea for Mythic Legions, but I don't know if it should become the norm. Like, that should try as much as you can, and there's human error, like you said, as much as a manufacturer can, they should try to move away from that.
100%.
Yeah.
I was always an advocate of not including something like that. So when Series 1 came out, I was really bummed that I kind of had to. Now, it was a precaution, and breakages on Series 1 ended up being less than 1%. I did all the math. It was less than 1%. But again, you want to just take precaution. And it's like, we did the green sheets and that was it. You know what, though? We never did the green sheets again. And it was like, you still have douchebags, and you know who you are because you're listening to us right now. Yes, you're a douchebag. Are the ones like, Valaverse stuff breaks. Hey, motherfucker, I'm putting out almost 100 items, and you're talking about Series 1 that was 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago. And we had that one scarab issue that we fixed and we're great about it. It's like, okay, so what about the other 80-something items? It's like, yeah, I'm sure your math works out where Valaverse stuff breaks. So yes, you don't want to include that, but when it does come to the point where, you know, the Four Horsemen stuff is the norm, like, you know, I got the Jacob Marley figure and I saw that it had it in there, and I was actually surprised by that, and I was like, don't you want to move away from that? You know, and I know, listen, there's another company that I do not speak highly of that I don't like, and they include it with their figures. And it's like, you gotta move away from that. Like, you can definitely get to a point where you're not including that. And it's just like, if you're not, like, why do you want to include that? You know, because here's the thing. If you include that with your figure, say you have a customer that doesn't heat their figure up and their figure breaks, are you putting that in there as an excuse to say, well, did you see the instruction sheet we put in the figure? So we're not going to replace your figure because you didn't obviously heat it up first like we recommended. If you do that, that's really shitty. I don't know if any of these companies do that, but
no. So from what I've heard, I think that, you know, the Four Horsemen are really good about taking care of their customers.
I heard they have great customer service.
Yeah.
So, but to me, it's just like, it would be great to move away from that. You know, again, like Total Factor said, I don't ever want to include this ever again, ever. Mm-hmm. You have to like improve. You got to improve. You know, if those idiots on that failed forum think I haven't improved over time, I don't know what world they're living in. I don't. But, you know, this week I'm gonna open up my figures, because the last thing you want to do is, I don't want to open that figure 6 months from now and then have it break and then be like, hey guys, and they're like, oh, you're past your window. It's like, shame on me. So yeah, I should just take 20 minutes to open them all up and just see, you know, because you don't want any issues.
Just to back up to the heating thing again, even with the heating thing, you know, if there's a mold defect or an air pocket in the plastic that makes it, you know, brittle, it could still happen, you know. So as long as the factory's taking care of the manufacturer, right, and the manufacturer's taking care of the customer, I think it's just something you got to deal with sometimes. Now, again, I can't speak on the Mythic Legions because I don't really buy them. I have a couple. I've never had one break, but that's just my experience, you know. I'm sure if I was all in on these toys that I'd probably maybe have several breaks. I don't know. But, you know, like I said, as long as they're taking care of their customers that are, you know, having breakage issues, it's kind of part of the game.
Yeah.
You know, and social media amplifies all that stuff.
Yep. And that's the worst part, is I can't stand social media. And for you guys out there, be decent humans. Like, you have to remember, like, if you have something break and you don't need to go and bitch about it on social media. I don't know why you do it. It's like every company has areas on their site to get in touch with them for order issues. We have it on our site. I know Four Horsemen has it on their site. Every site does. Every company does.
It's kind of the nature of
it is, but what I don't get is, it's like, what are you trying to accomplish when the means to fix the issue are over here? Why do you feel like I need to feel important? I'm going to go post this. I'm going I need my feelings like to feel justified. Hey guys, look, I had a breakage. Anybody else have this issue? How about it doesn't fucking matter? Who gives a shit?
I mean,
Like,
I will say it could be like, hey, I had a breakage here, so when you open yours, be careful, that type of thing. But usually it's just like yelling and screaming about it.
yeah.
You know.
And it's like, and again, it's like the stupidest voice is always the loudest. And that's the worst part of social media. When it should be like everyone, hey man, this is great. We love, again, I want it to be like the Pixel Dan, hey, everything's great kind of scenario. But it's just like you have to stop and think. If you're posting about something that breaks either from Valaverse or NECA or Four Horsemen or Hasbro or Mattel, what are you trying to accomplish? Before you hit post, just take a step back and say, what am I trying to accomplish here? Am I trying to make the company look bad? Am I trying to get sympathy? Sympathy for what? Sympathy for buying something that broke that you can easily get replaced by the company? I don't understand it. Like, I bought plenty of shit from companies that have broken. I never posted about it. The only thing I have ever posted about was on the 3POA page. I posted about the 89 Batman. That was incredibly justified because we almost waited 3 years and it sat on my shelf in a static post for 3 months and the rubber started cracking. But again, I wasn't like, like, no, it was just like, this really sucks. But, so it's just like, listen, if you're guilty of that, like, just change the way you do. You have to understand it from point of view. Social media is not there because it should make everyone's voice important. That's not what it is there for. And you have to look at what you're trying to accomplish. Again, you can reach out. You have an issue? Listen, if you have an issue, we have our return window, which is, I even forget what it is now. It's on the site. Do you know how many times that I've sent replacements or something for something after the window? No, yeah, just if you come at it like a decent human being, like, hey guys, this happened, what can I do about it? Decent human beings get taken care of by other decent human beings. If you're like, I had such a bad experience with your product, it broke, this ruined my day. Like, how do you think you're going to get treated? It's like, yeah, you might get a replacement, but it's just like, we try to help everybody out. Just speaking from our experience, it's just, you guys got to be better about like just thinking about things before you do them, And I know, like, yeah, it's probably hypocritical for me to say be decent human beings when I'm sitting here saying that Brian Flynn is a piece of shit. But like that's pretty much like that's been proven. It's nothing. It's nothing to decide. But again, it's like, listen, again, guys, you have to like start. I'm trying to like do this so that you guys are a little more educated on stuff. Understand that every single toy line has breakage. It's not like, things are perfect. You got to remember you're dealing with plastic. You're not dealing with, we're not making these things out of fucking titanium. It's plastic. So just stop and just think and just be like, oh, okay.
All right. What Wesley says, my Arctic Trooper's arm broke straight out of the package, but Valaverse sent me a replacement right away. His replacement's working good. Would color change how plastic works? I know that translucent plastic can be more brittle.
It can.
Right? Yeah.
It can. That's what I was worried about, like when we were doing the Swarm Tracer in the glow in the dark, because when a plastic is opaque or translucent, that just means there's less material in there, so less volume. So you're always gonna kind of like, I was a little worried. So it's like all our samples I got early on, I was testing the shit out of. But that's like the smoothest figure we have. People have been like praising how smooth that figure is. So yeah, so you deal with all sorts of stuff that affects the durometer or the brittleness of the plastic. So,
All right. Okay, we got some member chats, some super chats to get to, and then we can wrap this up. Let's see here. I want to get to the topical ones.
While you're looking, I will say I'll give you a quick sort of anecdote about plastic and how it works. Because this is for all you Joe bros out there. This one's right up your alley. So that you can take and you can shove it up your ass and go to his tank and cry about it. I want to say it so that you guys understand, because why nothing about Hasbro can be bad and nothing about G.I. Joe can be bad. I think it was version 3 Duke, whatever the 92 Duke was. He was in the tan with the red camo. Probably my favorite Duke. That Duke, his knife, his rifle, and the bipod for the giant missile that he sits on was made in this brown plastic. Now, that brown plastic had an issue with the way it was run, or that batch of plastic that they got in. Because I have a carded version of that figure, carded, mint on card. The brown accessories disintegrated and are now in a bunch of tiny little pieces, just literally turned to dust. It is an incredibly common thing. You go look it up. Even people with loose Dukes, all of a sudden they're just sitting on their shelf and the brown just disintegrates. So your beloved G.I. Joe had an issue. So go fuck yourself.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right. You mentioned the wizards and stuff from Mythic Legions you got in. Right. So Mrs. LaserPants here says, material issues with their wizards. Maybe it was the big wizard sleeves causing problems. Yep. You're real funny. Okay. Hot the Basher, thanks for becoming a channel member, man. Appreciate you. Stay tuned for the after show. Ammo to go with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you as always, Ammo to go. Star-Lord 15, Brian Stevenson, B&B Toys, Duarte Studios, and Shane Brayla. Welcome to channel membership. Stay tuned for the after show, guys. Ammo to go. Thanks as always. He gives 5 memberships like every show.
He does, yeah.
So thank you so much.
Was that Mrs. LP's first live comment? I think it was. I don't remember ever seeing.
It's the first one I brought up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so instead you just leave her in the dark normally?
Yeah. I said she can come down. Well, downstairs, I mean. Let's see here. Kent Heltzinger says, "Hey Ryan, who was the special guest that was supposed to be on?" So we're going to reschedule. I'm not sure when. They're very busy. I don't know if I want to say who it is. Should we keep it?
Don't say it. Leave it a surprise.
Leave it a surprise. Okay.
Yeah.
I will say that some of you will be really excited and some will be like, who? Because not everyone's a certain type of fan. But
yeah,
it'll be the biggest guest we've ever had on. Thank you, Kent.
Hey, Mrs. LP.
What's going on now? Talking trash?
Okay.
All right. We got a member chat from ML Series. Thank you, ML Series. Can we get a Crimson Shadow tin with gear packs in it?
Ooh. I've been thinking about sort of anniversarying the Crimson Shadow tin and seeing what the next iteration of that is. However, I've got something in the works that's going to blow people's minds. So that'll probably come first. But just wait till you see it. Just wait.
All right. Thank you, ML Series. Benny Torres, quick question. When is the last day to order the Vanguard on the Valaverse site?
I don't know yet. I haven't figured that out. I'd say you probably have at least another month. And then I'll cut it off. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you, Benny. B&B Toys. He says, I never used to heat figures. Now I don't touch them until I do. It just makes the plastic easier to work with. That's fair.
Yeah.
Better safe than sorry. That's fine. Darkest Cloister, and I want to bring this up just because I wanted to like dispel kind of a myth, and I think it's something that I've joked about before. Darkest Cloister says, how many children in that workforce? She's talking about the factories in China.
None.
None. And I've seen videos, not only the videos that you showed from the factory, Bobby, but from Ace. It's all, middle-aged, even like, 20s, 30s, 40s looking people working in the factory. And the factories look clean.
Yeah.
It's not like we have been led to believe. Or there's this one guy who makes 3D printed stuff that said on another show that, there's 13-year-old girls making toys in a sweatshop. And that's not the case with this type of stuff.
Yeah. No, that's a common misconception. And I've seen every single one of my factories that I use, made sure none of that was happening, because you can't, you don't want to be a part of anything where they're doing that kind of thing. But all the action figure factories, they're all reputable. They're all doing, the right thing. They're all employing adults. So, nothing there.
And I wanted to ask you, have you ever been over there to a factory?
No, but I will be there in May.
Oh, really?
Yep. I'm officially going in May.
Going to China.
Yep. Because we're going to oversee the last leg of production for the Vanguard.
Okay.
And oversee production for Series 5. And we are going to talk about Series 6. And we are going to talk about these new concepts that I have. And we're just going to, this new factory that I have is really, really great. And I like them a lot. So we're going to, you go out there, you talk, you negotiate. It's all a dance kind of thing. They want your business. You want to make sure you're getting the best rates and you're getting the best quality products. So, you got to go out there and you got to talk. Plus it's like, once COVID hit, nobody went out there, obviously.
Right.
But now that all the restrictions are over, Hasbro's not going out there. And it's like, that's not right. Like, you have to go out there. You're the face of the company, or you're having these people work for you and make sure you're making your products great. So it's like, you want to go out there and you want to pay your respect to them. So it's like, that's the thing. Like, you go out there, it goes a long way for them to see the face of the company coming out there and talking with them, leaving the comforts of the United States, coming out to China. I'm terrified, but you got to do what you got to do. It's part of owning a business.
And just to reiterate the child workers in the toy factories, Bushman, who is an Englishman who lives in China, he says lots of shit talked about China by the uninformed. Yeah, it may happen in some industry somewhere, but not the toy factories. So, thank you, Bushman. Okay, back to the supers. Johnny B. Customs, thank you for the member chat. I would love to see anyone do 1/12 Sergio Leone characters. Man with No Name, Angel Eyes, and Tuco from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Cowboys are tough. A friend of mine, he does the 4-inch cowboy line. It's a niche thing, man. It's like, I love the Old West, but if you think of like the top 5 genres that people love, it's like World War II is number 1. It's not modern day, just things from the past. You got World War II, in the mix. You got some pirates. Cowboys can be in there, but Cowboys is one of those things where it's just like people really don't get behind it. Now, I've had this conversation with my friend who runs that company. Like, you got to do 6-inch, but he's, I get it. He's been doing 4-inch for so long. You can't switch gears now. I get it. You built a library. You got to keep going with it. Yeah. But I've thought, like, well, what if I did a 6-inch cowboy line? I don't know. I think it's a lot of tooling. It's a lot of investment. It's a lot of investment for a niche market. It's kind of like pirate. I love pirates. Love them. Doing a pirate line, I don't think anyone would care. Fantasy tends to sell really well because fantasy encompasses a lot. Dragons, wizards, goblins, barbarians, like all of it. Excuse me. But when you single out a certain genre like cowboys or pirates, I just don't think it's there. You know, like Vietnam.
Probably not in the numbers you would need to
Yeah,
be
100%.
truly successful. You know. Yeah.
Yep.
You
So
have
I
to get
just
real creative with it to try to maybe use those molds for other things besides cowboys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now it's like, could you do something that like I was watching? It's a movie that didn't really do well in the theaters, but Cowboys and Aliens. I was watching that the other day because I was like, is this movie as bad as I remembered it being? And I thought it was interesting because it's like, why would aliens not be around in the Old West? But what if they were? And you know, that mix was interesting, but I'm just like, well, what if, like, how could you do cowboys and give it like a twist? How could you do pirates and give it a twist? I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Johnny B. Customs. Got Mark Rudolph with the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. More Arctic, please. My squad is coming together. An Arctic vehicle, please.
Sure.
Sounds
Let's
cool.
do it.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate you. I think I read Hot the Basher became a channel member. Thank you. Either way, appreciate you, man. Welcome to channel membership. We got one from V. Conley. Thank you, sir. The Storm Tracers are the smoothest figures ever. They are.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, they're like butter. Thank you, V. Conley. We got PDR Action Figures 81 with the member chat. Thank you. Hi, LP and Bobby. Will Lieutenant Hyun, how do you say it? Hyun be a Series 5 or Series 6 figure?
I think Series 6.
Yeah. Is Series 5 like set in stone now with Atlas and Siege and the Praetorian? And who am I forgetting? Senshi.
So it's Siege, Senshi, Sidewinder, Praetorian, Atlas. And then I haven't shown what troopers and gear packs and weapons packs are going to be in this line.
Cool.
I also didn't show what exclusives are going to be in that series.
Ooh, very cool. That's right. I forgot Sidewinder.
Yeah.
There you go. So Series 6 for Lieutenant Hyun. And then Just Jeff with the super chat. Thank you, sir. He says left-handed pistol holder soon.
Stop it. I think you're the only one asking for it. I'm not making left-handed pistol. I'm just kidding.
I asked for it, but Siege has dual.
Siege has dual.
Like that.
Sidewinder has a left-hand belt holster.
Oh, cool.
And there's the new mail away figure for 2024 has dual also.
Cool.
Oh, did I say that? Did I say 2024 mail away figure?
You did. You said it out loud.
Another one, you say? Wait, it worked the first time?
Now,
Whoa.
I don't want to see any I didn't save my action points. I threw them away. I don't want to see that. Not this time.
Right.
Hopefully everyone knows. Foam Formers, thank you for the super chat, man. He says, can we get a beer gut buck? Technically, that would just be one extra piece, right? Because your mid-torso is its own piece.
You kind of hourglass down from the top of the torso. I mean, you'd have to alter some shit.
You'd have some overhang over the belt.
No. Stop it.
Fine.
If I did, I know what I can do. I can create a thicker bellied figure, call that figure Hiss Tank, and give it orange fingertips.
Like Chester Cheeto, he has orange fingertips.
Yeah. You know, give it a big beard. Maybe some
Are you describing me right now? What?
Yeah, maybe some eye pus bags,
Okay.
like that one guy has.
Nasty.
Yeah. Something like that.
All right. Let's get to I'm gonna go with the member chat. Thank you, sir. He says, will there be a gear pack for Reaper? I'm really jonesing for a cross draw holster.
Cross draw holster would be very cool. I like cross draw holsters. There will be gear packs that will fit the Reapers very well.
Cool. All right, there you go. Thank you, I'm gonna go. All right, we are all caught up on chats. So I think we could end it there. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Stay tuned, channel members, for the after show. If you are not a channel member, hit that join button down below. Join us over there in about 15 minutes. Bobby, any last words for the show?
Nope.
Before
I want to listen. No, I want to thank everyone for ordering Series 4, making it as our biggest series yet. Again, normally series kind of not plateau, but they slow down a little bit after the first initial wave. I've seen something spectacular at Series 4, and I am incredibly thankful to you guys for loving Series 4 and continuing to buy it, because this is awesome, really awesome.
There we go. All right. Oh, we got always at the end. VW Matt, you're lucky I caught that. Thank you, sir. He says, "Hey Bobby, any paratroopers with working chutes?"
Well, I wasn't gonna, and then Tony decided that he wanted to make a video where he threw one of my figures off of a drone with a parachute, and it looked awesome. So I guess I got to make parachute figures now. Thanks, Tony. Dickhead.
Dude, thank you, VW Matt. We will end there. Later, everybody.